If you watch one of my last videos, we talked about comparing decimals. Ordering decimals are very similar. Only difference is you need to make sure you're reading the directions because you're going to have to order it from greatest to least because you have more than just two decimal numbers. If it's going from greatest to least, you want the biggest number first, smallest number last. If you want it from least to greatest, everything's opposite. The smallest number's at first, then the biggest number's at the end. Make sure you're looking at the largest place value, not the one with the most numbers, because place value is more important than the length of the numbers. And then the stackable method. Now, how does the stackable method work? I have an example here where you have four numbers. You have 76.9, 212.12, 86.1, and 100.4. And I'm going to organize these by stacking my numbers. Now, the way I would do that is I would stack them one on top of the other, and I would start with the first number, 76.9. Then everything after that, I would have to line it up by place value. Now, the next number is 212.12. There is a 2 in the hundreds place, a 1 in the tens place, a 2 in the ones place, decimal, 1 in the tens, 2 in the hundreds. Now I go to my next number. I have 86.1, and my final number, which is 100.4. Now, once I have all these numbers stacked, I have them lined up by place value. You know you line it up correctly almost 100% of the time. If your decimals line up, it's also easier for y'all because y'all can turn your paper and use the lines to line up the place value. But me, I don't have that option. And then afterwards, some people like to do it a different way. Some people get weird if their numbers have different amounts of place values, so I tell them to fill them in with zeros. Like if you have missing stuff, just fill it in with zeros. You can do it. I don't do it that way. But what I now do, if I'm going to organize all these numbers from greatest to least, I'm going to look one place value at a time, and I'm going to start with the biggest one, which is my hundreds place. If I look, I have nothing in the hundreds place, 2 in the 100s place, nothing in the hundreds place, and a 1 in the 100s place. If I look at those numbers, that will let me know that 212.12 is the biggest because there is a 2 in the hundreds place. Darken this up so you can see it. Cross it out. Now I'm still looking in my hundreds place because there's still a number with a 100 in there, which is 100.4. That's my next number, 100.4. I cross it out, and then I keep going. Now I'm going to go to a different place value, so I use a different color. I only have two numbers left. I have 76.9 and 86.1. Go to my tens place. I have a 7 in the tens place, and I have an 8 in the tens place, so that means that 86.1 is the next largest. Cross it out, and if I look, I only have one number remaining, which is this guy, 76.9. Make sure that you're going in the right order. If it's asking for least to greatest, obviously put the smallest one at the beginning. If you're going from greatest to least, put the biggest one at the beginning. I will tell you that if you are going from least to greatest, I would find the biggest numbers and put them at the end. That's an easier way to organize it, I think.